this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to set out your business enterprise project. This is a formally written report that you're going to be completing alongside your sketchbook work towards your major project. So effectively, you've got two different things happening from this point on. Both of them are due to finish at the same time, so they're going to be completed over several terms. But it's important that you keep them separate from each other in terms of work. So your sketchbook work will be completed obviously with your sketchbook, and your business enterprise project should be written as a formal report. Now, I'd recommend typing this up rather than writing by hand, and that's because you're going to keep adding to it and you might need to improve or develop your responses. So if you're writing by hand, it's going to take an awful long time to keep rewriting it. I'd also suggest you use a program that you're quite familiar and comfortable with. So if you've been using PowerPoint, you might want to continue using that. You definitely want to use a program that enables you to write responses, so typed words, but also allow you to add graphics and pictures, so perhaps Microsoft Word. I would begin by giving your report a title page, so Business Enterprise Project is a good title for that, and then clearly write your name on the front page. Your first task when you start writing your report is to give an introduction. And within that introduction, you should introduce what your chosen craft area is. For example, is it textile based? Is it jewellery making? Is it model making? And then give a bit of an insight as to why that has become your chosen craft area. You'll then need to work through the tasks that are given to you in the guidebooks. It's important to write in full sentences so that the person assessing and reading your work can make sense of it. So it shouldn't be written as just responses to questions, but in full sentences like I've done here. Now, when you're completing your work and your research, you're going to be collating evidence, and we need to present that in a particular way. We call that an appendix. The appendix to your report should be saved at the back of it. So you've got the main bulk of your work, which is your written summaries and your conclusions, and then your appendix where you might save images or examples of evidence and research that you've collected. But you'll refer to that appendix as you're summarising. For example, at the start of my report, I've started talking about existing enterprises. I've looked at jewellers in my local area. On completing research in my local area, I was able to identify that there are 6 jewellers within a 12-mile radius of my hometown. See Appendix A. This is where I'm showing the reader my evidence. I haven't just made this fact up. Appendix A shows a screenshot of my Google search showing the different jewellers located in a 12-mile radius of where I live. So this is my proof and my evidence validating the statement that I've made. And this is how you'll need to write your report. You can't just guess and make things up as you go along. You need to show me where you've got that evidence from. Here's another example. So I go on to say, Worths of London. This company appears to sell new jewellery. Their website states that they like to follow the latest trends with jewellery and sell particular brands such as Superdry. It also goes on to say they have jewellers on site that are able to work with customers and create their items to their designs. See Appendix B. Appendix B is a screenshot taken directly from the company's website that backs up everything I've just said. It could even have my annotations on it. If I was researching and I had printed this information out, there's a good chance I would have taken a highlighter to it and have written my own handwritten notes. And that is really good evidence to upload as part of your appendix too. Now, the tasks in the guidebook are going to walk you through some of the things and some of the methods of research you need to complete for your report. But my final tip for this would be not to start typing up your report before you've collated your information. As you can see, you needed to have collected your evidence that forms part of your appendix, and then you summarise and draw conclusions based on that evidence. So although the appendix comes as the second part of your report, effectively that's the first thing you need to do. Collect the information before then typing up and summarising your own responses.